Little mic check, just to make sure my microphone is not too low and my speakers aren't too high. Little mic check, just to make sure my microphone is not too low and my speakers aren't too high. Oh, that sounds okay to me.
It was the van's engine. I didn't really have any reason to sabotage it.
Alright, so you join us here back at A Broken Sword, and I believe I need to
It was the van's engine.
put the hooter on, if memory serves me. I need to...
It was the van battery. I needed to hook this up to the horn somehow.
I think I have the wires. Oh no, I didn't get the wires yet. I think the wires are in the little junk pile. I'm not 100% sure.
Piles of junk, mostly boxes of old paints and scraps of picture frames. Mixed in were wires, cardboard, and some dubious-looking old clothes. George Stobart.
Ah, Monsieur Stobart. I trust you have obeyed my instructions not to leave Paris.
Of course, Inspector.
Good. You clearly know which side your cookie is buttered. Now, I require your presence tomorrow at the murder scene for a reconstruction.
Ooh, a reconstruction.
I see.
12 o'clock sharp, monsieur. Or, as you would say, high noon.
Sure.
Any failure to comply, and I shall have you extraordinarily rendered. Have a nice day now.
And you. That was Nave. We're required back at the gallery tomorrow for a crime scene reconstruction.
Let me guess. Non-attendance is a criminal offense?
You got it.
Let's pick up this junk.
I had found just what I needed. 2 lengths of wire.
Right. Where's the wire? Oh, there's the long wire, short wire.
I snipped the wire in half.
I believe I will need 3 pieces of wire for this particular job. Right, loose wire. Battery.
It was one of 2 horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else under the hood. 2 wires hung loose from it.
Ooh.
The wire was just long enough to connect the battery to the horn.
Where's that? Is that it? Let's try this one.
I connected the wires from the cab to the horn.
Did that work?
Everything
This
was
wire.
wired up. The horn had power.
Right, here we go. This should get the boy out. The English painter guy.
I figured that should get Hobbs' attention.
All right, hold your bloomin' horses. What are you up to with my van?
Hello there.
We fixed your horn.
So I hear. Now what are you doing in my yard?
Mr. Hobbs, let me just show you this.
Get lost.
Well, that could have gone better.
He's not exactly the friendliest of characters.
It was Hobbs's mailbox. There was a note hanging out. For a second, I debated the morality of mail snooping. It was a short debate, and I won. That was almost a...
How do I open the letter?
I decided to open the letter. Dear Mr. Hobbs, due to previous incidents, we are writing to inform you that we will no longer be sending models to your address. It went on to discuss Hobbs's temper and other alleged infractions, some of which still carry the death sentence in certain less sophisticated cultures. Interesting. This could come in useful.
Okay, I think I gotta show him that. I think it's been a couple of years since I played through this, so I can't really remember. But multiple playthroughs of Broken Sword is advised, particularly Broken Sword 1.
I decided to give it another blast.
For crying out loud, will you leave my van alone?
Sorry, just need a quick word, Mr. Hobbs. Afternoon, Mr. Hobbs. We're from the model agency.
About blooming time. I'm on a deadline. You better come up.
That did it. Oh, this took me ages to figure out the last time I did this. That door upstairs is it's a real bother.
About time you two showed up.
Hello, Mr. Hobbs. I was just wondering if...
Can it, Goldilocks? I don't have time for chit-chat. Just get undressed behind that screen.
Undressed?
That was the deal. An extra 20 quid because I need you with your kit off.
The studio was freezing.
And as for you, darling, no need to get undressed. I've got a vivid imagination, so I'll just use that. Either way, just go sit over there on that rug and give me your best Belle Epoque floozy. That's perfect. Just hold it there.
Nico made for a good distraction. I just needed to figure out how to get a look inside that portfolio.
I think I have to go behind the screen and talk to Lady Piedmont. Or Piermont.
My, if it isn't George Stobart.
Lady Piermont.
Oh, her music.
Oh, my. You're...
Naked? Of course. As an artist's muse, one often finds oneself en pelotas. Now, George, don't be shy. Come here and give me a big hug.
That day was the day the nightmares had begun. Trapped, smothered, choking on lavender.
George, darling, pass me my robe. It's terribly cold in here.
Oi, what are you doing with a blooming robe on? God help me, but you're supposed to be naked. I've got a deadline to meet.
Well, you won't be meeting any deadlines with manners like that. And
You tell him,
besides,
Lady
it's
Piermont.
freezing in here.
Lady Piermont and I had met before. She was larger than life, in every way.
box.
Wary of any more life changings.
Can't go behind there.
Hey! Leave that dial alone. The heating gobbles up all the power and the circuits can't take it.
Sorry. I turned the thermostat down again. Wow, an old Bofson Wang stereo. I hadn't seen one of those for years. I turned the volume up a few notches.
Oh, that's the same music from oh, what's her name? Bijou. I think that's her band.
Hey, stop meddling with that. The power's ropey enough as it is.
Blowing the power would certainly have distracted Hobbs, but the elevator alone wasn't going to trip the whole system.
Right, whiskey, this is just like when I had to do
How about a
give the
tap on it,
absent to
Bob?
Lane.
What if I do?
George has deep pockets. Wonder if I could speedrun this game. It might take like 12 hours.
Lady Pure...
Oh, George, be a darling and sort the heating out in here.
I'll see what I can do.
George, sweetheart, could you do something about the heating?
Hey, I've told you. Sorry.
Look, pal, I know it's brass monkeys in here, but the wiring in this building is ancient, and the fuse box won't take it. Her Majesty will just have to get used to chapel hat pegs.
Oh dear.
Lady Piermark, Mr. Hobbs won't...
Well,
Oh, rubbish.
if you do not adjust the heating, I shall refuse to cooperate.
Lady Piermont, it's the circuits. They won't take the strain. You know what old buildings are like.
In which case, I see no reason for this session to continue.
Whoa, Lady Piermont, let's not be too hasty. I'm sure I can accommodate your needs.
Good. Perhaps you can start by letting George here turn up the heating.
Oh, go ahead then, but be careful. The power in here is temperamental.
I turned the thermostat up as far as it would go. I wondered if the suspicious wiring could be used to my advantage. A word, if I may, Lady Piermont.
for you, George. I'm all ears. How can I help?
Back in a minute.